Soundbytes Unplugged podcast, rocking the world with new music. You know what I do, whether it's on the radio, on video, and man, do I got another great show for you lined up today. This band, Dead Groove Band, a rock and roll band based out of LA, founded in 2020, and man, they got a cool kick-ass sound. They released their full-length debut album, I should say, March of this year. There's a bunch of singles that they have released already. Today, I am featuring their latest single. It's called Into Infinity. And you know my deal. I'm going to play the video so you get a good taste of what we're talking about. And I got bassist, vocalist, rocker Holly West on the on-deck circle. So as soon as we get done playing a little Dead Groove, we're going to bring Holly back on and find out more about this band. They are although they're based in LA, they are in New York as we speak, getting ready to play in Jersey on Saturday night at Jimmy's Restaurant Lounge, and this Sunday at the Cutting Room in New York City. I just might have to go down and check these guys out. In the meantime, time to rock some Dead Groove. And as I always say, very important, go to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share with your friends. It's all about the numbers, my folks, these days, all about this algorithm and all this craziness. So follow this great band. So check this out.
In the back of my head, glowing blue and green and fading into black. Everyone dies, we are lost, so where do we go? That river inside my head takes it out of control. Ride the wave into the sun, we are now one, fading from a crying black hole.
So there you go. Just a little taste of this killer power trio. Holly West, where are you? There she is. There she goes. There she is. Can you hear me, Holly?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. I got a loud mouth. I'm sure you can hear me in your hotel in New York City.
In New York.
A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Thanks
for having me, Pat.
Yeah, no, I love the sound. It's got such a cool vibe. Power trio. I mean, I've listened to Maverick. I listened to Bad Friends. I've listened to the Book of the Dead. Is it Book of the Dead? I want to say.
Yeah, the Book of the Dead. Yeah.
Man, is there something? I like songs that have a good riff, take you on a different journey here or there. I'm saying to myself, man, I've heard this sound. If Black Sabbath and like the Pretty Reckless had a baby, I think it would be the Dead Groove.
Yes.
Am I good with that? Are you happy with that?
Actually, I like that
how would you describe the music of the Dead Groove?
I really like that. Black Sabbath meets the Pretty Reckless. That's great. We're very inspired by Sabbath and Deep Purple, and newer stuff like Rival Sons, Clutch, those types of bands. Very hard rock, stoner rock. I've heard alternative metal, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, no,
bands is one of my favorite bands is King's X, and Doug Pinnick, bass player, huge voice, just absolutely love it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, your voice is amazing. I mean, I reflect right to Taylor of the Pretty Reckless, and I'm like, wow, but it's got that 70s Black Sabbath thing going on, and it's all good, man. I might just have to come down and hang out with you guys for a bit.
Thank
Put
you
a big
so much.
smile on my face today.
Awesome.
Holly, I always start out with to learn a little bit about yourself. Where did you find your love for music? Family, parents, brother, sister, what got you gravitated to singing, getting into rock and roll, grabbing a bass? How did it all work for you?
Yeah, great question. I grew up in a very musical family, not my immediate family, but my all of my dad's family, they're all artists and musicians. My grandpa had perfect pitch, and they would their family reunions consisted of them just sitting around playing guitar and playing old country songs and blues songs. And so as I grew up, we were all sort of musically inclined or doing something musically. My great aunt was a touring bass player singer. My great uncle was a guitar player singer touring with a country band. So it was kind of just always embedded in my mind that was something I would like to do and I could do. And so growing up, I wanted to be a singer. And so I listened to a lot of Whitney Houston, probably every single day. I'd listen to her and Belinda Carlisle and sing. And so eventually I started collecting a few instruments here and there. And not until I was in my late 20s that I actually start learning theory and really getting into it. But I really tried for a long time, and writing was my specialty. I've been writing since I was about 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote my first poetry when I was about 9 years old, and I showed my grandma, because she's a writer too, and she really liked it, so she encouraged me to continue to write.
Oh, that's cool. Did you sing in school? Where did you find the confidence to be able to do what you do today?
That came way later. I never really had the confidence to sing, and even when I was supposed to sing in other bands that I had been in, the singers didn't want me to sing because I hadn't perfected my craft, and I really didn't understand it as well as I should have. So I didn't really sing until I put out my record Mokita. So I just decided to just go for it, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why not, right? A little practice, figure it out, breathing, enunciating, figuring out your range without going crazy, drinking a lot of water, getting a lot of sleep, all that good stuff. I've been blessed to hang out with Glenn Hughes, Mark Slaughter, Paul Rogers, and every day I watch them, and I'm a dinosaur, and I'm like, how do you do it? And sleep, hydration, exercise, being healthy. I couldn't sing, so you don't want to hear me sing, but that's cool. That's all good. Talk to me. I know you're in this band, Zepparella. Yeah,
Zepparella,
so it's all like Led Zeppelin.
All female Led Zeppelin tribute. We travel all over the U.S. playing Zeppelin. Really great bunch of ladies that I get to jam out with. They've been doing this for a really long time. The band itself has been around for about 20 years, so they were one of the pioneers as far as tribute bands go, and then especially female tribute bands. And Gretchen Menn is the guitar player, and she's very notable guitarist, on cover of Guitar World magazine and things like that, so she's got kind of her own. We all have our own bands as well, which is really cool. So everyone does other projects, and they do Zepparella, and it's really helped me a lot playing and my bass skills and everything. So it's a great band.
Are you singing in that band as well?
No, just playing bass.
Okay. Yeah, you get, it's great to be in one band, but the more you're in, I think it just helps your skill set.
Yeah,
different,
exactly.
right? Am I correct?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not
Absolutely.
a musician, but I mean,
Absolutely.
not to say it would be complacent to play, you know, dead groove all the time, but to do other things opens up other avenues and maybe creativity wise, music wise, new songs that you want to do. Talk to me
Absolutely.
about, I love this cover, this
Yeah.
UFO into the
Cool, huh?
infinity. Talk to me
Yeah.
about this band and who's in the
Yeah.
band and how this all came about.
Sure. Yeah. The cover you're looking at was designed by our drummer, Fred Ching. He's a graphic designer for Cleopatra Records. And so his thing is designing records, which is great because we, you know,
Wow.
we actually started Dead Groove as a clothing company. And so you can go on deadgrooveclothing.com and see all of his work there. And then we put it to different designs on like leggings and hoodies and things like that. So, but when he was designing this, the record, we have a song called Satellite King. So you're looking at a satellite, the Voyager right above your head. It's that's the Voyager. And then you're looking at the yeah, and then the spaceship is we talk about, you know, going off into different planets. The eyes, Fred's really into eyeballs. He likes eyes. You can see on a lot of his art, a lot of eyes and work like that. It's really cool. So yeah, we started the band kind of as a pandemic project. Nobody was doing anything, so we just kind of wanted to start our own music. And we got a hold of Cesar, who lives in Peru. Fred and him were in a band called Mauser a long time ago, and they basically did a lot of touring down there. There's a pretty big band. They opened for all the really big bands that came down there. And then Fred moved up here to the States, and we met in 2019. And then in 2020, when the pandemic hit, we started jamming together, and of course started trying to write things. We had a little YouTube channel called The Fred and Holly Show, where we would just do drum and bass, and that was really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, we actually listened back to a lot of those recordings. We're like, wow, that would be a cool song. That would be a cool song, you know? So, but him and Cesar started talking about, you know, trying to do something like more rock and roll, more stoner rock. And so that's kind of where we decided to do Dead Groove as not only the clothing company, but also the band. And we recorded Maverick and the Book of the Dead, and then went down to Peru and we were doing the demos for Maverick and the Book of the Dead. Then we went to Peru, recorded the songs, came back, released the songs, and then did the videos. And the videos were done in 2 different countries too. They were done here, and then also Caesar's parts were done in Peru. So we just edited them together as best we could to make it look like we're all in the same room. And after that, we got signed by a record label that gave us the money to go and record the rest of the record. So last year, we went back to Peru, recorded the rest of the 8 songs, and then released this record in March. And now we are on the showcase part of it, so where we've got, you know, the merch, we got vinyls, we got CDs, we got, of course, clothing, and we are out playing shows just in support of the record.
Outstanding. Talk to me about the songwriting. I know you said you started writing at 9. How did this work for you, Fred? And is it Cesar or Caesar? Caesar get together. Is it a lyric? Somebody has the idea. Somebody comes up with the music. How does that all work for you 3?
Yeah. Well, for this record, I wanted Fred and Cesar to kind of really work on the music together, because Cesar and I don't actually speak the same language. He speaks about as much English as I do Spanish, so it doesn't really work that well.
I gotcha.
But it's music, right? So it is its own language. But Fred and Cesar would start working on their ideas, and then they'd come to me with a good arrangement, and we would just vibe of the songs and what we wanted them to be about, and then I would write the lyrics and melodies on top. and we would demo them as best as we could, and then figure out, you know, the best way to just to get through the whole song, you know, editing and taking parts out, moving parts around, changing, you know, here and there, and eventually they can come out to something we all agree on and like.
That's always helpful, right? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, but it's got to be a little bit of a challenge because you, as a singer, have to sell it. You have to have the emotion of it behind it. So people like, you know, you're not just, you know, Cesar or Fred writes the song, and you got to put Holly into it. So makes that much of a difference. I like that. I like your harmonies. You know, it's just not you. It's all three of you. And adding, you know, making all those ingredients form that groove. There's a lot of power trios that it's either the vocalist and that's it, and maybe somebody doing a backup. But I like the sound. I really like that.
Thank you. I mean, there's a reason for that too. I mean, you definitely want that power trio aspect to where all three of us are, you know, doing the most. But also, you know, Cesar is a notable vocal coach in Peru. He works on the Voice Peru and all these different big shows that are out there. He works with a lot of celebrities and huge stars in Peru. So he is definitely he's definitely a very good person to have on our team this vocally.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you never thought you'd be a vocalist, but now you got a worldwide guy here going, do it this way. So sure, why not? Talk to me about the video. I don't understand this artificial intelligence thing, but people say you just press a button, you give it an idea, and sometimes it takes off and goes. But how did that work? Did you three have this idea of what you wanted? And I don't know, do you tell the computer and it just gives you
the video for that was all AI prompted by, I think, lyrics of the video and the kind of the type of concept we're going for, you know, very Alex Gray, very just psychedelic acid trip kind of thing. You know, the song Into Infinity is about, you know, basically about what happens after we die and we go away from this planet. Like, we don't know. Nobody really actually knows. So it's scary to think of, you know.
Right. We always say, can't wait to see you. I don't know if we're going to see you.
So the whole concept of that song is just basically, what are we going to be doing, right? And so we're basically doing this AI video because it's going to be something that's very like it's not real, right? It's not something that we're seeing here. So this video, it goes along with the lyrics, the stuff that we do. We just put into prompting it from like a little script, right? Say, I would like, you know, a third or fourth dimension galaxy that we're, you know, going through, passing Saturn or whatever, you know, and then it pulls up several options for you. And then you just kind of go with whatever option you feel is closer to that looks the best, I guess, and presents what you're going for. Right now it's, you know, it's kind of on a Discord where you can see everybody's what they're pulling up AI wise. So we can see there's not very many people doing a lot of AI videos. And so it's kind of cool to be one of the first bands to pioneer through this.
I like it.
Kind of
I mean, it caught my eye. I'm like, AI. All right, here we go. Let's see. Was it hard to do? Was it a difficult challenge? Did it take a while?
It took about as much as editing a video. We took several weeks to really get it right and to be happy with it. You know, Fred and I do the videos mainly because we both edit videos and we both kind of have that eye for that. So we just kind of get it done. You know, both of us have put a lot of time into all of the videos that we have. And, you know, as a band, you're always marketing yourself, right? So that's part of the record. You know, the videos are part of the record, especially now. So we're just trying to go through each of them.
Yeah, we live in such a visual world.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do with my show, podcast, whatever you want to call it, because the video, as I just showed before, could go viral. I could play new music till the cows come home.
Yeah.
And hopefully my audience expands and my podcast is worldwide. But the video, can take you off in a heartbeat. Do you plan on the next single to do the AI again and give it another whirl?
No, I don't think the AI will be another option for us yet. I think we're going to do some more real videos. We have, we are going to do we're going to release a live version of one of the songs. We've already done the video, just like the Bad Friend video. But we recorded a live version of Book of the Dead. Okay. So we're going to do another video for that. That's not the story video.
Great song. I like that.
Thank you.
It. I'm sure you'll play it on Sunday.
Yes, we will.
Where did you come up with? I mean, the hardest part all musicians say is finding a name for the band.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What are we going to call it? That really reflects and expresses the music behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Sabbath and Kiss and Megadeth are taken. So now where do we start? So how did you come up with Dead Groove?
Dead Groove. Well, dead grooves, when you play a record too much and they have dead grooves on them, so we want you to play our record so much that you get dead grooves on your record. But we started this as a clothing company, and so we wanted something musical to go with something that was very rock and roll. And of course dead is in a lot of things, like dead weather. I can't even think of anything right now, but there's a lot of dead things out there, or dead names. And groove, of course, is very musical. So it just kind of came to us. We definitely went through the whole back and forth, a million times with different options. So we decided to stick with Dead Groove. And then when we did the band, we were going to either call it Maverick or Dead Groove. And we ended up saying, well, why don't we just have it be Dead Groove? We already have that. We can already market it that way. And, we already have merch now. So it just kind of worked out.
No, I think it fits well. It gives a little darkness.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like the word groove. Aspect. Groove is music. So, and you got a great riff and a great sound. I like some of the songs just seem to go in one direction, and then maybe I'm not a musician, time signature, you take it off in a different way. And I like that. I like songs that almost come to an end and then they take off again. It puts a big smile on my face. So are you excited? You got a bunch of shows. You're in New York City. Saturday night, I want to say in Jersey, correct?
Yep. Yeah, New Jersey at Jimmy's
Restaurant and Lounge in Kearney, New Jersey.
Yeah.
On Sunday, the Cutting Room, man. I love that place.
Yeah, we play there with Zepparella all the time, so it's really cool. So it's going to be a really great show. We're playing with Militia Vox. She's actually headlining the show. She's a local here in New York and has a good following. So we've decided to go get on a show with her and hopefully get, make a good family connection there. She's also with our booking agent too. So so trying to get those shows where we're supporting our own artists on our label, booking agents.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, anytime you can play live music and play your music, if it was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, they say, hey, you want to play? I'm there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Give me my bass. Come on, guys. Let's do this. So who's gonna want to say no? I guess the only question I have, thinking of Cesar, is the challenges of back and forth to Peru. Boy, that can't be easy, but it certainly worked, right?
Yeah, so right now we are trying to get Cesar here. Getting someone legally here in the country is harder than illegally. So
really? We're opening up the wall for everything. Cesar, just get on a bus, hanging in New York. Right? Nobody's going to bother you.
I know, that's what we think, but it's hard. So right now we have Jeff Young. He's was in Megadeth earlier years, and he plays with Fred in Kings of Thrash right now with David Ellefson, and so he's on tour with us right now, and until we get Cesar here probably. So
It's got to drive him crazy, right?
yeah, it's hard. It's hard for all of us just because, you know, it's the band, right? But thankfully we have friends that can help us along the way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I could imagine. You got to get a work visa. You got to go through all the paperwork. And it drives me crazy to see where we are today. Not that I want to get into politics of,
Sure.
you know, immigrants or call Cesar an immigrant, but here's a guy established, just wants to do his thing. And
Yeah.
I hear it's, I just read not too long ago. Yeah, it's like you're gonna need what did I read? I don't want to say a passport, but it's
A
not, you
visa.
know,
It's
yeah,
a
like
work
if you want to
visa.
go to Europe or something now, you got it's like an act of Congress or like
Crazy.
killer.
Yeah. Yeah. To work in a different country is very hard. It's, I mean, especially when you're going back and forth, you know.
Where can all our viewers and listeners find you, Holly?
Anything Dead Groove, so Dead Groove Band or at Dead Groove Band. So on our website we have all of our merch and of course CDs, and our pre-sale for vinyl is up there right now at deadgrooveclothing.com.
I saw it's gonna be in gold.
Yes, yeah, a gold record already.
Yeah. You heard it here
Yeah.
first. I
That's
love
right.
it.
That's right. And then our CDs, of course, are on there. And then deadgrooveband.com is where you can find everything updated with our tour list, links to tickets, all the links to the videos and music. And then all of our socials are at Dead Groove Band.
Excellent. Anything else that I can help promote for
Just
you?
the show on Sunday is the one we really want to promote. Make sure that we get to come back to the cutting room. So make sure everybody that's going to New York this weekend, stay for Sunday night and come see a
It's
show.
all about
8 to 10.
They want to sell beer and drinks and
Yeah.
seats and
Yeah.
food. So yeah, if
Yeah.
10 people show up, I don't know. It could have been just a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, Holly, I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I have. I really enjoyed the music. I'm going to blast the hell out of it as much as I can to support you guys.
Thanks,
and
Pat.
I'm going to just have to maybe just find time to get down to New York City on Sunday.
Please come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
The band Dead Groove, Holly West. I always do this wrong. Holly West on this side. Go down to Jersey, go down to New York, and actually go to their website, deadgrooveband.com, because as Holly mentioned, there are other shows throughout the country, not just worry about these two on the East Coast for now. We're going to get them back after this is done, but check out dates for anybody that's watching and listening throughout the country and the world. Check this band out. They're incredible. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much, Pat. Thanks for having me.